La 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 la. It's free comic book day. Free comic book day. La 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 la. It's free comic book day. Oh please, it's not like anyone actually watches these videos. So today was free comic book day and I decided to just show off my haul and just give my thoughts on some of the things that I got. The first free book I got is called Crush. It's a comic about a boy named Jorge living through his first crush. He's a relatable teenage protagonist who tries to come off as cool and stoic in public, but he's more friendly around his friends and he's also a nice guy. Well, now he experiences his first crush but doesn't know what to do about it. Normally comics like these focus on a female character, but in a twist it's a male character here. And that's pretty nice because boys fall in love too. This is just a preview for the regular series that comes out later this fall. So far so good, it was a pretty decent comic. Next, for my free comics, I got a sampler of My Hero Academia and Ruby. It's really only an excerpt of a chapter from the comics. Unlike last year's Dragon Ball Super Free Comic Book Day edition, this won't convert people over if they don't know anything about the series. What Viz Media should have done was put out an ash can and in it explain what the series is about and the info on the characters in the series. The ash can then could end with a cover or a splash page of the first chapter of the comic. I also got the My Captain Marvel. This wasn't a free comic book day one, and it was by mistake because I already bought this issue last year by accident. Whoops. The next comic I got for free was The New Mutants Dead Souls #1. The comic shop I went to, Midnight Vault, was giving away free comics to the first 100 buyers. This was one of the comics that they were giving away. Also, Ford and Lexus sponsored the giveaway. This issue also advertises for a new Exiles and Venom series as well as Captain America issue 700. The series seems to follow the group who are hired out by the Hitachi company to investigate supernatural mysteries. I'm not sure how many stories they can have just based on that concept, but I'm interested. This issue's stories is about the team investigating a town that has had a ton of dead people walking around in it. It is interesting that the cast that's headlining this series is Magic, Boom Boom, who I thought was dead for like 10 years, Richter, Strong Guy, and Wolfsbane. With maybe the exception of Magic, who seems to be the leader, none of the other characters are headliners. Maybe that's the point, to take these second line characters and build them up. Hey, I'm down with that. Another comic I got, this wasn't for free, was Action Comics 1000. To celebrate his 80th birthday, DC has gone back to the original number of Superman's title. I think they're doing the same thing on other titles as well, I need to check. Anywho, several creators have stories in this 8-page giant. The stories are hit and miss, and that happens in anthologies, and the comic costs $7.99. I would say it's worth the price, but for some reason the comic just didn't feel very substantial to me. Maybe it's the paper making the book feel lighter than it is. Maybe I'm just used to books being sold on a discount and those books having more pages in them. I don't know. A couple of the stories are good, but a few of them just felt too short. Also, because of the final few pages, this issue felt it was just an advertisement for the Brian Michael Bendis first Superman story arc that's supposed to come out in about a month. Another comic I bought was Miss Marvel #29. In it, Kamala becomes an aunt, a new snobby character arrives, Kamala falls in love, kisses a boy, and Bruno returns. At the start of the issue, Kamala is happy, and by the end of the story, she's confused and in a love triangle. I found Kamala's experience here really relatable, and thankfully it didn't fall into the normal love triangle teenager-y trope. What's also great is that there isn't a single superhero fight in this issue, but it's still riveting. G. Willow Wilson, the writer, is still on a hot streak writing the character, and she's been writing the character for the last 4 years. The next comic that I bought was Spider-Man Miles Morales issue 240. This is Miles' final issue before he gets rebranded as just Spidey. The issue begins with Miles fighting an infection that came from when he and the champions fought some villains. I don't know the name of the team, they really don't say in the issue. Will he die from the infection? And what other special guest stars will appear in this issue? As a final issue, it's pretty good. Over the last year or so, it just seems, however, that Brian Michael Bendis' writing seemed lacking. The second half of his X-Men run wasn't good, and he petered out with Guardians of the Galaxy. But I did like how he resolved everything in this issue for Miles. I suppose it makes sense considering, unlike those other titles, he created this character. Now, the final Free Comic Book Day comic that I got was The Amazing Spider-Man issue 1. It's been a few months since Peter sacrificed everything. Initially, I heard that he was going to use what was left of his fortune to buy the Daily Bugle. Based on this new series, it looks like for whatever reason, he's back to ground zero again. He's single, down on his luck, and penniless. I know there is a feeling with the fandom and at Marvel, the comics, and Marvel Studios and Sony that wants to keep Peter in high school, but continuing to reset him at ground zero after every single major storyline really hurts him as a character. I'll try the first few issues of this new rebranding, but I don't know. I actually liked how the last few years went. It took him in a different direction. It actually maximized his potential. There's one thing I did buy. Well, one other thing I did buy. It's a book called Black Comics Returns. This is a big book that showcases easily over 100 different black artists. I think I may make a full video on that in the future. Well, all in all, it was a good day. Got some really good books, seeing a ton of people milling around at a comic shop, kids excitedly jumping around asking their parents to buy them comics. There was also a huge inflatable Stay Puft Marshmallow Man about 20 or 30 feet at the front door, and a couple of people were cosplaying as one of the 2016 Ghostbusters and Storm from the X-Men. What more could a comic fan want? Okay, this was mostly off the cuff and everything, but if you like this video, then please comment below, subscribe, and share the video. And until next time, have a good day. And buy more comics. If you're interested in the comic book films, buy the source material. They aren't that expensive. There's even $1 ones that'll get you up to speed on them.